Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my first video. Today I'm going to ride this hyperscooter and I want to answer the question, is it still worth buying the G-Space Mars GTR? Let's start. Today is a sunny day, we are at 68 degrees, ideal temperature for riding, no overheating on the scooter and do not sweat. And I will try to answer if it is still worth buying the G-Space Mars GTR. I imagine it is a question that many people should ask themselves. To do this, I'm going to compare my experiences with my other two scooters and share with you how much my riding experience improved or didn't improve. I have been riding scooters for a year and a half. I still don't have much experience in these areas, but I can tell you about the changes I saw when I made the jump to this hyperscooter. The first scooter I had was an Engwe, and it was a very basic scooter which I bought because I didn't want to spend a lot of money. It cost around $500. It's a scooter with 10-inch tires, 48 volts battery, one single 500-watt engine, and top speed of 28 mph. The second scooter was a Yume Raptor. This scooter was bigger and had better characters than the previous one. Has 11-inch tires, 60-volt battery, 3,000-watt twin engine each, and a top speed of 50 mph. Although the Yume Raptor was a good scooter and had good features, I was not completely convinced. I felt that my riding experience was not the one I wanted. And that's why I decided to make the jump to this G-Space GTR. Before doing so, I looked up a lot of information about this scooter on the internet. I saw many videos and reviews. I also saw many comparisons between the G-Space and other hyperscooters and could understand that the G-Space was the scooter I was looking for. But I still had doubts. Since it is not a cheap scooter, it is priced around $3,200, and I thought it was a lot of money to spend. And I finally decided to buy it. I have been riding this scooter for more than 3 months, and now I can find out if it was worth it or not. Let's start with the speed. It has a top speed of 68 mph, and although I haven't worn it at full speed yet, I have started the scooter at 58 mph, and it's crazy. That speed is enough for me. I can ride on the road without problems and without slowing down other drivers. I join the traffic quickly. With my previous scooters, I couldn't do that, and if I did, the cars always played me the horn because I was holding them back. Also has a battery of 72 volts and 45 amps. With this, I now have much more autonomy and I can stop worrying about the range I need. Before I had to charge the batteries of my other two scooters several times a week. The Engwe battery I had to charge 3 times a week and the Yume Raptor battery twice a week. I use my scooter to go to work and ride about 6 miles per day. It's not a long ride. The Engwe gave me 12 miles per full charge and the Yume Raptor about 23 miles. With the G-Space, I only need to charge the battery once a week and it still has about 40% of the battery left. Also has 11-inch tires, but you have the option to change them to 12-inch tires. I changed it to 12-inch tires, and to be honest, now I feel like I ride smoother. In my city, there are several holes in the roads, and it is better to ride with bigger tires. With the 10-inch tires, I felt all the bumps. And with these 12-inch tires, I haven't noticed any changes in speed. And to the tires, we can add the suspension that the G-Space Mars has. This suspension is good and does its job. I'm not sure it's the best suspension to do off-road. I think if you want to do a lot of off-road, you will have to change it for another suspension, but to go on the road, it's great. And it has double fork and a system they call double wishbone and multi-link suspension. And this really does an excellent job to avoid wobble at high speeds. So far, I haven't had any wobbles at high speeds, and it doesn't have a steering damper, and I really don't think I need this. This scooter also has an incredible power. We are talking about almost 11,000 kilowatts of power. With this power, you can climb hills without problems. And it has very good acceleration. When I'm at the red light stops and the traffic light changes to green, I can accelerate as fast as the cars. It's crazy to be able to do that. Has IP66 waterproof rating, which allows you to ride in the rain, although it is not highly recommended to do so because most manufacturers do not cover warranties for this. But it gives you greater peace of mind if you get trapped in the rain. To be honest, I have had to ride several times on rainy days and have not had any problems with this scooter. Has nut 2-piston hydraulic brakes, and these brakes work very well. The braking distance is quite short. I think they are better than Zoom brakes. I feel pretty safe riding on the G-Space Mars. It has a pretty solid build. I feel like I'm riding on a tank. I really like this scooter. It's nice, and I always get approached by people at work or on the street and asked about the model and its characteristics. Something that we should also take into account when buying a scooter is customer service. I think this makes the difference. G-Space's customer service is excellent. They always answer your questions quickly, are very friendly, and provide solutions to your problems. When I bought the G-Space, I asked if they could send me trigger throttle instead of the thumb throttle since it is the one I use the most, and they answered me immediately. And they sent me as a gift the trigger throttle in addition to the thumb throttle. They also sent me the 12-inch tires as an additional gift for a delay in scooter delivery. I mean, there may be problems with the scooter, but they always give you solutions and try to keep you satisfied with their attention. It's a nice day for riding. It's sunny, but you can feel the wind, and that's great when you go out riding. Are the best days to go out riding. 12-inch tires do their job. I wish PMT had 12-inch tires. I'm sure it would be great to be able to ride with a 12-inch PMT. Well guys, something that we must also consider is the ease and speed to get spare parts. I have seen in many cases that other scooter brands have problems with it, and this directly affects their customers. If you have to repair your scooter and you don't have the necessary spare parts, you will probably not be able to continue riding. We'll have to wait a few months. I have seen many cases in Facebook groups of people who are waiting for spare parts 3 months or more. Guys, to summarize, with this scooter you get a lot of benefits. The truth is that so far everything is going very well and I have no complaints. For all these reasons, speed, autonomy, stability, robust construction, excellent customer service, power, acceleration, and stock of spare parts. Obviously, I can say that this G-Space Mars GTR is still worth buying. To me, it's worth every penny I spent on this scooter. I don't regret having done it. Greatly improved my riding experience in all aspects, and that is something that lets you know that you made the right decision. And let's be honest guys, at first riding at 28 mph may seem like a lot, but when you get used to that speed, you start to feel like you're going slow. When you realize that you don't have enough power or range to do other things, you start to feel limited. I know because I went through that situation and I knew that the features that my previous scooters had did not allow me to do more. And when you get used to that scooter, you start wanting more. More speed, more autonomy, more power, and better features. Even if you don't have much scooter riding experience, you can configure this scooter at the lowest power. You can configure it at the lowest speed. You can ride this scooter using a single engine, and little by little you increase the speed, power, and everything else. The G-Space GS is currently on pre-sale. This will also be a fantastic scooter as it comes with improvements. It will be a repowered GTR, a GTR on steroids, and I have seen that it has quite a few improvements in configurations, in suspension, and it will have more power than this one. If you have the budget to spend on the GS, I recommend you to go for the GS. I am sure you will not regret it. But if you don't want to spend $4,000 on a scooter and prefer to stay between $3,000 or $3,200, I would tell you to get the G-Space Mars GTR. Because I think it gives you everything you need. You get the speed, autonomy, and stability you need. I'm sure you won't regret buying it. For all these reasons, if you ask me, I say that it is still worth buying the GTR, and it is totally worth the price. And if you don't want it to happen to you like me, I spent $500 on a scooter and then spent $1,400 on another scooter. You could save your money and get the G-Space Mars GTR. They are not paying me to say this. This is my personal opinion after 3 months riding this scooter. Well guys, this video is coming to an end. I will still be here to take advantage of this beautiful day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. All your comments are welcome, and I would like to know how I can improve. Remember that this is my first video. Thank you for joining me in this video, and remember to ride responsibly. Use safety equipment, and please stay safe. I will continue along this beautiful path. I am your friend Raw Dogs. See you next time.
I'm in my belly shining bright, diamonds dancing in the night, Ferrari parked under moonlight, living fast but feeling right. My bay wave, champagne rain, golden order, no more pain. Every second ultra prime, luxury written in time. Silk shirt open, status glow. All white party, marble floors, private listen hidden.